We genuinely hit the money limit. I didn't know that's a thing. Welcome back to Brotato, and today I want to become immortal. No, I don't mean that we are just so tanky or strong that no one can kill us. What I mean is, we don't have any weapon, and the enemies pummel us to death, even on wave 10 million in theory, but they just can't kill us. That is the goal. How do we reach that goal? In the game, whenever you get hit by an enemy, you have invulnerability frames, right? You probably have heard of that before. Oh my god, what a start, right? But yes, invulnerability frames pretty much mean whenever you touch an enemy and you take damage, there is a grace period where you can't receive damage again. Now, it's still very fast, but otherwise, the moment you would touch an enemy and that wouldn't exist, you would just instantly die, because every single check the game does, whether you overlap with an enemy or not, would just return a yes, like 50 times in a row. But that is clearly not how it works. Nice. That is clearly not what happens. So these invulnerability frames, they keep you alive. Let's go. Do we go for all of these? This is so greedy though. I'll do it. There's the next Thief Dagger. Now, the further you go into the game, I think that starts at wave 40, the invulnerability frames get shorter and shorter and shorter, eventually down to 60 hits per second on you. Or it was 50, something like that. But the point is, it is quite a lot. And we'll just go with 60, but I will look it up once we get further into the game that I precisely know the value. But if you math that out, on a 60-second wave with 60 hits a second, that is 3,600 tardigrades that you require. And that is completely absurd. So how can we achieve that goal? Well, there are a few ways, but none of them are really amazing. The way that I'll use is, we need to go for a money grind run. That is what we are doing right now. Then we will just loop with the Hourglass on wave 20 to build up a ginormous amount of crates, and then I have to filter out all of the tardigrades and the mirrors. In the shop we have a cursed tardigrade that is double the value, and then we will use that to build up the tardigrades. We also have dodges. So we don't actually need quite as much. Sadly, I couldn't get the guy. But yeah, we don't need quite as much, but we still need more than you would expect, because sometimes you just get unlucky and you get hit way more than what is statistically the likeliest case, right? Okay, but you could just give me one more weapon. Well, I'll take that. You may have noticed I've been absurdly risky with this entire run. Like, we only have 5 tier 1 weapons, and I increased the enemy spawn amount like crazy. Now, that was not really my intention, as in, I wanted to have at least 6 weapons, so we get the max level of the precise trait that gives all of them bonus crit chance. But I mean, the return is that we have more enemy spawning, which means more money, which also means more experience, which also means more bonus stats, which also means I can go for more greedy things, because let's be honest, all of the bonus stats will just be luck or, to be fair, a little bit of attack speed, but not that. Oh my god, I love you. I will also take that. Let's go for the luck. As I said, max greed. We have to be realistic though. I will take this out of the way because that makes a fishhook more likely. Spyglass. I don't think I have to explain how absurd the entire thing is that we want to do. So I have, as usual, the mod installed that allows us to curse items that we already have. Note on that, you can obviously do that entirely without that, but I just don't have the time for that. So either we do this or we don't do it at all, and because I make the rules, we do it like this. There's also a ginormous downside to the entire thing, like we can only take one of them, and we have to curse this relatively late. Because let's say, for example, I buy both of them. I use the Void Pearl, we curse them, and both of them have a 30%. While 90% is the maximum, we only have 60%. That would be an abysmal outcome that we just can't afford, so one of them is usually fine, and the other one then has to counteract that. Attack speed, beautiful, we'll go for you. A little bit more max HP to feel safe. Whistle, more max HP. Z tomato out of the way, 3, Thief Dagger. We really need a Thief Dagger because the moment you get them to red levels, they have an 80% chance that you get one material out of a kill. So while I'm happy how this has worked out, I'm not so happy about the amount of Thief Daggers that we have. And I also just realized, buying the Z tomato there, not good. I will die, I will so die. Oh no. I can't survive this. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. I mean, I don't think it will be a big issue. Honestly speaking, I completely forget about the effect of the item because usually it's irrelevant to me. But in this case here, we are weak enough that it matters quite a bit. And because I am so greedy and not upgrading our weapon a lot, we are also weak in general. Like, everything is weak about us. 316 is okay, but not really. Let's go for the melee damage to make sure we kill the enemies. Good. Thief Dagger. Dude, we are getting so many gentle aliens, that's insane. Oh my god, okay. Bonus armor, bonus dodge, also nice. This one would be good, but I will not lock for that. Crit is very important, so that is worth locking. One more roll. And this is exactly why we do one more roll. This will mimic the effect of our weapon. Isn't this a beautiful life? Wave 8, or I guess wave 7 technically speaking, because that was the shop for wave 7. Hunting trophy. That is insane. Because one big thing that we need is we need so much money, and we can only get more money by spawning more enemies, as in experience is what I'm actually talking about. And then I can use the level ups to get the stats that we need, because in the shop we want to mostly roll. This is how you make sure that you find all of the economy items and go crazy. If you always have to buy stats when you go into a shop, then you can't really roll and you have no chance of getting what you need. Now, that doesn't mean you will get what you need, but it's the only way how you increase the odds for it, right? Bonus armor. Sure, why not? Bonus crit is insane. Bonus range to make sure we hit the enemies from further away and we found the next economy item. You know what? This may actually be the run. I was getting ready to do this many times. I hate you. I hate you so much. Yeah, this is fine. Listen. On the next wave, there are so many enemies that spawn. If I don't take this... Oh, wow. So on this wave here, I will have to concentrate like crazy. And the real issue is this dude. Because he will lay eggs, and if we don't destroy them fast enough, a dude that is very tanky will spawn. That will strike us from a distance, and we can't deal with that. So luckily, the normal enemies seem to be no problem. But he will keep on spawning again and again and again. And if we get really unlucky, then he is cursed. Ja, weißt du, did this really have to happen? Like, did we really need to do this? The thing is, I can't kill him. So, I will just ignore it and pretend it doesn't exist, like any problem that I have in my life. But that is a meme. Like, the moment I was talking about it. Okay, you're dealt with. So what we'll do is, yeah, we just pretend he doesn't exist. And we also have to avoid all of the other guys. But they are very annoying because there are quite a few enemies that strike on this wave. But as you can see, we managed to do it, and I will cover... You know, being capable of reading numbers is a skill that not everyone has, I learned today. Because I thought there were 3 seconds left. Now, if you go back the moment I walked into the enemies, I don't think there were 3 seconds. Did we just have over 1,000 money? Did we... You know what? Let's win this. Because our luck is absurd. But you just waited until I finished the sentence, right? That's exactly what you did. Oh my god. I will also take this out of the way. So purples are kind of important, as in we need to get all of the limited items there and every single, like whatever we can, we need to get all of them. Wait, the one that locks your items, can you still recycle them? I believe so, right? You just can't upgrade them and you can't, no, you can't recycle them. So I can't take this out of the way until I sell all of my weapons, but I want to sell all of my weapons once we have enough tardigrades, so I can never get it. That means there's one more purple item than what we want. Yeah, it's fine. I have some really depressing news because I took a break, and when I returned back into the game, my recording software was recording NVIDIA overlay, which rarely happens. But as you can see, all of the future waves that I recorded, they are just lost. We got the mouse 5 times, ridiculously fast, like within 3 waves. We found the black flag, we found the fishhook, we cursed the fishhook. All of that is gone. Did someone count how many times this has happened recently? that we found this like so early. And cursed. Not just normal, right? But cursed. 30% Chance. Ja, deine Mutter weiß, das ist halt einfach scheiße manchmal, ne? This is one of the most absurd economy items. It may not look like it. Bonus crates are insanely valuable to us. And the thing is, I would restart the entire story. You got cursed, perfect. I would restart the entire story, but this run... Oh god, oh god, oh god. Okay, give me a moment. I need to focus because I spawned bonus bait. You know, the enemy's out of bait. I would restart the entire thing, but... it's just such an absurdly lucky run, I don't want to give up on it. So I will try to update you as much as possible, and maybe I will even scout through the cutout stuff, you know, to show that a little bit to you, that you can experience it. But sadly you have missed all of the waves and how much we earned there, but we earned a ridiculous amount, a redonkulous amount. I mean, look at my money right now. We even found one cursed material knife. But yeah, it is what it is. I can't change it. It is very upsetting, including for me. But it is what it is. We gotta deal with it. Okay, I need more armor, dude. Like, I can't do this. Either more armor or way more damage that we one-shot the enemies with also more attack speed. Holy moly. How much? We got 2.5k. How much did you heal me, my friend? 100 HP. Full HP recovery. Speed. I banned a red item. The medikit. Also, I don't know if I talked about that, because it may have been cut out. I gave myself additional banishes. It's meant to be 10, but for some reason the mod doesn't allow me to change it. Oh, here we have to go for melee damage. You know what? I'll take that. It's meant to be 10 because... thank you for showcasing exactly why. You guys really hate this item, so I will banish it. The annoying thing for me now is I don't know what I've talked about that you heard and what I didn't talk about, you beauty. So I will repeat some of the things probably, and you'll be like, but Dex, you already told us that. Why are you telling us that again? Well, that's the reason. I'll try to cut it out, but for some things. This is just not possible. And this doesn't need to be cursed. You can't go above 100% with that. I mean, you can, but it doesn't do anything. Crown out of the way, snowball out of the way, a little bit of armor. I need to look for economy items. What am I doing? Okay, you have a 95% chance. This has an 80% chance. This is a decent one, but watch this. We are about to earn a ridiculous amount of money. Man, this is so upsetting because whenever you get a god run, the number one upsetting thing is when you die, right? Because then it's just over. The number two most upsetting thing is when a part of the recording is missing, and we are not talking about a little bit. We are talking about many waves that are missing. And that is very painful because there's no way for me to revert that. Like, even if I say I have a backup and I go back in time, that doesn't mean I get the same luck again that I used to have. We are invulnerable. We are just straight up invulnerable. Look at my money. Look at my money. So what changed to the last wave where I almost died? There are just more enemies, right? And we are constantly hitting them. And we heal when we crit kill an enemy. And we are just insane. Get baited, son. But no way. But absolutely no way. I knew it's insane, but no way. Scapegoat, I love you. Attack speed, beautiful. 12 max HP. You know what? I don't need to go for more luck. I think we have... oh my god. I think we are fine. I don't know if I talked about that while you saw it, but I was discussing if I should ban... how many do we have banished? Because we don't go over 10. 3. No, we have banished 2. You don't count. But yeah, I'm banishing all of the legendary items because the number one thing that we need is... we need to get into the loop. You are kind of good, I'll take you. You're also good. You know what? That is enough HP because we'll only repeat wave 20, right? So we don't need a lot. You're banished. You're taken. We'll take the healing to make sure we definitely can't die. Jelly shield. Fruit basket. Graken out of the way, another cursed one, 64%. Wisdom is out of the way, banished. And there are two so-called community banishes. Number one is Torture, number two Estes Couch. These are the ones that I don't care about taking because they don't change anything in the game that actually matters. But you guys hate it so much that you always get upset when I take it. Yeah, we can't take this because we can't recycle our weapons, and the ultimate goal is, the moment we have all of the tardigrades, that the enemies can't kill us anymore, we will sell all of our weapons. We don't keep them. But what is actually going on? Like, I'm sorry, what is happening? Beautiful. You know what I should have done? I should have sold the red one that we have. Because it's not at 100% like the other ones, right? It's only at 80%. Holy moly, like this run is so absurd and so insane. I am close to crying, like really close to crying. Okay, but we still have a very long path ahead of us because it will take forever. Like, in case that's not clear, what we'll do is we will replay wave 20 forever. We'll need the whistle cursed, and then every single time we play the wave, it stacks up this whistle effect. And eventually, it will just constantly go all the time, the entire time. Then we will pick out all of the mirrors, all of the tardigrades, while having a cursed tardigrade in the shop, eventually. And with that, we will then just get a ginormous amount of tardigrades at once. Bonus armor, I'll take that, because that recycles for pretty much nothing. We'll take you. Gentle alien. I love you. I just love you so much. We are maxed out on that, by the way. We can't get more. I wanna have more luck. Give me the luck. Attack speed is also okay. You got cursed, that is not good. There is the second community banish. So usually in Brotato you have 8 banish. Is it 7 or 8? Oh no. Well, I hope it's 8. Because we will go to 10 now. Come on, I need something that I can work with. I need an economy item. You're 40 luck, sure, I'll take that. Beautiful. They are both guaranteed. Nice. Very nice. Guaranteed to be 100% on purple. And you know what? You're sold. We don't need that anymore. I need to curse that. Yeah, you know what? I'm fine without that. I don't... Oh, okay. Oh. Didn't I just say you're guaranteed to be 100% and now it's 99%? You know what? Fine. Fine. I'll take that. I'll take that. Totally fine with me. Beautiful even. Where's the boss? You're not ready for this. You're not ready for this, my friend. You're so... Okay, what just happened with the bait? Why was there so much spawning? Didn't I only take one bait? I thought... Well, whatever it is, I think we will earn a ridiculous amount of money, and as we know, wave 19 is also a ridiculous amount of money, but what we really need is an hourglass, because we already need to start looping, that we can build up some of our economy stats, like that we just have one more wave, and the earlier you get that, the better. Like, we don't want to wait until wave 20, because then it could happen, even with 10,000 material, I can't roll enough and get the things that we require. Robo arm. We don't need that, so that is our second last banish. We only have one more banish that we can do. I will take that because we are so late in the game. But you see, the problem is, because we just bought the other one. Yes, we can curse it with the Void Pearl mod, but if it's not a good curse level, we're just stuck with that. We can't change that. We'll never reach the needed 90%, which is the maximum in the game. Anvil. That is very welcome. But it depends on what we find. It's so much bonus money I have to do it. I actually don't care about the guy, because you have to keep in mind, we will replay the same wave again and again and again. And the moment we can beat it once, we will also beat it all of the future times easily. And spoiler, we are already strong enough. This is the final banish, right? Yes. Ghost outfit. That is ginormous, because the wave 20 is ridiculously long, right? We need this curse though. please, my friend, you need to do it. You know what can happen? We never find the hourglass in wave 20. That can still happen. And if that happens, I'm gonna cry myself to sleep. It's that simple. On this wave, we are not earning as much money as I kind of hope for. Wait, but we didn't get the item yet. And wave 19 is ridiculously long. Is it worth it to save up money for wave 20 that we don't spend it or don't spend all of it on wave 19? I don't think so, because the reroll costs just go up way too much for that. Like, the leftover money that we keep pretty much only kicks in the moment we are done with the money we earned on that round, right? Okay, I'll take that. In other words, at a point where it already costs like 200 to reroll. I need more luck. Come on. For this we need crit. This is a lot of luck, but crit gives us way more luck. There we go. Beautiful. And a little bit of range, I guess. Like, we don't need it. As I said, we are already strong enough to beat the entire game. 113% is pathetic, but I'll take it. Like, what else am I supposed to do? We need it right now. I can't change it. Bonus bait. Bait is insanely... Scheiße. I would do it if it was percent damage. So we need a lot more of the pearls. But this way, we just can't do it. You will get automatically upgraded. There is the 99%, but let's be honest, who cares, right? Who cares? Goblets. Out of the way. Peacock. Hourglass. Was this the boss wave? No, right? That was on 17. Well, but anything that we get allows us to scale more. And keep in mind, we just got the insane economy item, so we are about to go crazy. So what am I rolling for? Just economy. Wave 18 yet again, and we have one tardigrade, so we are completely safe. Like, even if we had the torture here, this would be enough that we heal up and we are fine. So how many tardigrades do we need to be safe? We have 70% dodge, so we expect to dodge 7 out of 10 hits. And if you do the math on that, if you... my brain just farted. 3,600 times... We need 1,080 tardigrades, and we are statistically speaking there. However, the statistics are just, in quotation marks, for 3,600 hits, right? So it could happen that we need a lot more, so my goal is higher, maybe even the highest that we can go, that it's always guaranteed, even with 0% dodge. The only problem is this will probably take like 5 years, and I don't really want to do that. Okay, do we find the hourglass again? Bonus money? I can't afford to curse it. We need to see the entire shop to make sure we have a chance, the maximum chance, to see the hourglass. Void pearl. No. I don't think I will curse the roll item yet, because we want to go to wave 20 where it has the highest odds. And what we'll do is, we will just curse something that earns us money. Like, you. 2 material, beautiful. But I need to save 1 void pearl that we can curse the roll item the moment we get to wave 20. Tardigrade. I mean, I honestly shouldn't take that, like, it doesn't matter, but it's like, who cares? Tardigrade. Bloody hand. Well... I only need 60 more tardigrades if I buy that, but it makes it so much more likely that we find the hourglass, and if we don't find the hourglass, the game is over, right? So I think this is the right call. It is, like, very annoying, obviously, that we take that, but it's just a few more on top of the insane amount that I already need. Okay, we didn't find it, but the good news is, wave 19 spawns a ridiculous amount of enemies, and we deal with them easily. In fact, I just want the scapegoat to die, so they go all after me. And we'll be filthy rich. Look at our money right now. Yep, this is our money with 5 seconds left. Isn't that absurd? Isn't that completely absurd? And before you say, yeah, okay, Dex, but you used the Void Pearl, right? We used one of them. The Black Flag. So it earned us 1,110. But half of that would have been earned either way, so we only earned 550. Look at our material. Look at our material. Greek Fire instantly curse. We'll take that. Not that it matters, but, you know, nice to have, I guess. Bonus luck. Bonus luck. Come on, where's my crit? There it is. We have 1400% luck, by the way. Just saying. We have 10,000 after selling the items. What do we do? Do we curse it now? I should really wait until after the next wave. Man, I should do it right now. Like, the problem is, if we don't find the item, just because we pay more, it would be horrible. I mean, 88% is close to the maximum, right? We are 2% off, which is 20% higher costs that we pay. So it matters a lot, but I think it's manageable. That was still good enough. Flawless. We did it. Treasure map, Pearl, Crit, Tardigrade. That's insane. You know what? I think I will stop here. I just wanted to have enough Tardigrades that we can deal with going to 1 HP. Right, if you click endless, it locks in endless, and that is totally fine, but we are still... I forgot that we have no healing. I completely forgot that, but it's fine, because we have this many Tardigrades. Ooh, that could have been bad. As additional support for the entire thing, I have the recycling mod installed. I really hope recycling items works out, because if not, then I don't know what to do. Like, if I have to go through 200 crates every single round because our luck keeps going up and it's not limited. Like, once you go endless, it gets limited or rather restricted, like reduced in effectiveness. But if we never go endless and we just stay on wave 20 or 19 even, if we keep finding the Hourglass, then this gets ridiculous. And I can't do that. Like, I don't have that much time. Axolotl. Goodbye. I don't care. I'll do it once we can. Onwards to finding the next Hourglass. Yeah, but none of these really matter. Should we just go for the fishhook? I mean, sure. I don't think we actually have to curse anything in the game anymore, so, you know, it doesn't do anything. Void Pearl. Void Pearl. We have the same amount of percent damage as we have luck. I honestly don't... Okay. Perfect. The item is out of the way. You know what? You're cursed. You're also out of the way. This is flawless. We have just gotten the two most difficult items out of the way at once. Oh, but Dex, you lost so much... Listen, buddy. Listen, look at the damage we deal, okay? We have more than enough damage to deal with anyone. Like, I don't even need to buy these and we would be fine. Okay, I just bought the third celerity now. And the peacock. Okay, I don't want to go to the boss wave with this. Like, for that, I may not have enough damage. Oh, I just realized we have 300% damage. Because I also get it while we are rolling. So, we seem to be fine. Void Pearl. Did we already find the Hourglass? No, right? No. I really got this unlucky, even though we had so much... Okay, well, that's a little bit too much, my friend. But yeah, we got this unlucky. I guess I will just curse these guys. What do we get? 33, 32, 30... You suck. You completely suck. Like, why did you do that? I really have the issue that I just don't know what to curse. I mean, I guess this guy would be nice. 75%. Holy moly. So, are we strong enough? Wait, that was a bonus elite. We already have a bonus elite, and as I told you, whenever we replay the same stage, these actually get saved. And today we have to do this so many times, we may actually end up spawning like 50, 60, 70 of them. Depends on how lucky we get. And also how long it takes to get all of the mirrors and stuff. Why is the whistle already going crazy? Did I pick up that many items to spawn them? Look at the crates. So now the question is, does the recycle mod work? What? Stop it! What are you doing? What are you doing? What is that? Stop it! Alter Schwede, bist du bescheuert? Junge, Junge, what did I click? Cool. Well, you know, the good news is, it does something, right? The bad news is, those were 3 guaranteed red items. I hope the Hourglass wasn't in there. Because that may have just messed up the entire run. Don't play with fire, kids. Don't play with fire. Hourglass. So what happened there was, usually I have a mod that does all of the recycling for me. Where's the lead? Where's the lead? Where is the additional lead we had? Please tell me that's a bug because I restarted and not that they fixed that. That would be horrible. That was one of the funniest things to exploit the game with. Because you either way just do this when the game is already over, or please don't tell me that's the case. But yeah, because the old mod that I use that allows you to pick out items and the rest gets auto-recycled, but on those it will just state that you can pick them up. Because that didn't work anymore, I was looking for a new one, but I kinda just added it to the game without actually reading it because I didn't have a lot of time and I just got punished for that. Okay, mate. Please tell me you're working. You're the best thing that has ever happened to me. But if you don't... Ja, scheiße. Okay, that's not part of the problem usually. I think we did it? Okay, green means it's the basic one. This is the cursed one. Then we also want to have all of the tardigrades to make it a little bit easier. Then all of the mirrors. I will also take all of the lures. I can't think of something else that matters, but please. Oh. Oh my god, I love you. Oh my god, you can't imagine how much it still takes forever. Then we will also use the auto levels, because you may notice we have a few of them. The main thing we'll go for is luck, because, well, this is what we get, right? Then crit chance is the second highest one. And I would say we'll just start that. Flawless. And in case you're saying, Dex, what is the point? Why are you doing this? If you then just let mods take care of you. This is, by the way, a visual bug, so don't be surprised by that. The simple answer is that I'm looking at a couple hundred of games that I'll play here, if not even way more, until we get the requirement of tardigrades. So, yeah. Do you really think I want to check out every single item that we find after we have like 300 crates, doubled by the treasure map? And we will keep on getting more and more and more luck, which also means we'll get more and more crates. It looks like the game has saved our whistle effect, so like it's constantly going crazy. Well, as crazy as playing the same stage 2 times could be with the stacking effect. But yeah, that seems to be working, so I think my assumption that the restart of the game just removed the elite, but usually it would stay here, is true. I can curse the whistle. Hourglass. Tardigrade. And here is the whistle. 103. Oh my god, a reverse nice. I will also play the game on 5 times speed because, again, this will still take forever. I'll tell you at the end exactly how long it took to record the entire thing, that you have a proper understanding. But the further we go, the more and more time skips we'll have, because I can only show you so many times how many... Holy moly. How many mirrors we have saved until it gets to a point where you say, dude, Dex, I can't see this anymore. Go away. Now the only thing that we still need is we have to find a tardigrade in the shop and curse it. I don't think I'll do it yet, because if we don't end up with the hourglass out of the crates, then I have to roll in the shop, and then I obviously have to buy the tardigrade, so why do it right now? Hourglass. And by the way, I did restart the game, and this fixed the issue that it shows all of these items as cursed. It's technically not a big deal, you know, but it kind of bothers me because I'm always getting excited that we get a special item and then we don't actually get it. How about we curse the bags? Do you enjoy the whistling sound, by the way? I have to hear this the entire time. This was the first item that showed up. 48 crates times 2 because of treasure map. Okay, I love you. Tardigrade. Let's just curse that. 1 tardigrade. Oh no. Did you see the curse level on that? If you didn't see it, don't look at it. It doesn't matter. Mirror. Mirror. Tardigrade. 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 I'm already paying 100 per... Oh, thank you. Mirror. Tardigrade. Tardigrade. Nothing. I'll get you. Hourglass. So currently we have 3 elite chests on the stage. I really hope this eventually goes up, because this was a big part of the entire plan, that we keep stacking them and making it a lot easier to get all of the crates. Perfect. But if we go to the next stage and we don't have 3 elite chests, then we know, yep, that got fixed. But you had to give it to me immediately. I'm gonna take it. I wanted to go back to wave 20, but you know what? Fine enough. Hourglass. So do we have 3 red crates? Yes. It seems like it got saved. Let's hope that's true and it wasn't just a 10% chance. Alter Schwede, you know the whistling is really annoying. I know some people really hate the whistling sound. You know what? We get rid of it. I hope you understand that for some moments I will turn it on, just so we can see how crazy it has gotten after many rounds, but that will take a while. Hourglass. Yes. Wait! What? What? Hör auf! Hör auf, Junge! What? But there is just no way. Is this... Do you guys remember how many times I've told you that Brotato is out for me to get me? Do you understand that I just did a change in the game that I've never done before? Just to remove one thing out of the game. One thing. And that is the only thing that is still in the game. The whistle sound. Do you understand how absurd that is? Hourglass. Okay, but now it's fixed. Scheiße. Halt die Fresse, Junge. Ich werd verrückt hier. Ich werd komplett verrückt. For the first time in the history of my channel, I just muted Brotato. I actually can't believe that. I'm not dreaming, right? You also heard that. Hourglass. Tardigrade. Tardigrade. Oh my... No, I can't waste the mirrors. We are building them up for the Tardigrade. Mirror. And yeah, we casually have 2.5 million, by the way. Tardigrade. Look at this beauty. And I quickly want to look for one purple item. I just remembered that, but there is one more that I usually don't take. But I think in our case, it doesn't really matter, so I can get it out of the way. Hourglass... Wait, No. Stop it, dude. I need to get back to my wave. Okay, but like... Now you're just messing with me. Uh-huh. Well, at least this showcases why it's so useful to get rid of items. Okay. Buddy. Bucko. Stop it. Dude, I'm looking for one purple item. How difficult can it be to find that item? Okay. But now you just really want to rub it in. Oh my god, we found it. So we will lose 10% enemies. Which is totally fine. This is plus 160%. Yes, we lose a little bit, but what are we looking for? A purple item. How do we find that? Well, out of crates. So if you remove one of the possible items that we can get in there, that is very good. Wait a second. We have 4 red crates. You know what that means? It's working. We are stacking them very slowly. Okay. Was about to say, the dude just showed up all the time and now he's just gone or what? Tardigrade. So the way I'll do it is the following. We will look for a tardigrade, curse it, but keep it in the shop. Because rolling in the shop just takes way longer than re-rolling all of the items that we get here, like recycling them and selecting them. The moment we don't find an hourglass, I will take it with whatever mirrors we have obtained until then. And then I will just look for another one. So this is the cycle I will now go through again and again and again. So right now we don't have to take it because we got the mirror. But the moment we don't get the mirror, we have to free up the slot that we can find the mirror and then we continue. Hourglass. Well, we just didn't get a single item, by the way. Like, none of those that I'm looking for triggered, not a single one. I mean, look, we have 6.3 million material. There is no way this is not enough. No, I'm not joking. Like, there is no way. Because this would take so long, I would die before that of boredom. Hourglass. Hourglass. Oh my god, I just realized we have a tracker for how many rounds we have played, right? It's the hourglass. So instead of always saying, hourglass, tardigrade, mirror, the way we'll do it is, at a certain interval, we will just get back to this, and then I'll show you how many tardigrades we have. So I would say every 25 hourglasses. So the moment we have 50 of them, I'll check back in. Nice HP regeneration. Let's continue. Okay, well, no hourglass. 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 Thank you. Holy moly. We just got 50 tardigrades. Okay, why is this so laggy? We have 44 of the hourglasses right now. We are now at 50 hourglasses, so we'll take a look at the wave, but also how many tardigrades we have. We have 171, which is insane, as well as a bunch of mirrors ready to buy more. So there are a couple of notes. Someone mentioned you actually only can get hit 30 times a second, because the other second is invulnerability frame. But I also saw a couple people saying that it's a 3600 for the 60-second period, so we don't know, is pretty much the answer. Now we can heavily reduce the number by the dodge that we have by pretty much down to 1/4, so reduce it by 75%. But that is also relying that the dodge works out. But I would say once we have like 50%, so 1800, it is absurdly unlikely that we'll still die. On top of that, we can also ignore the first 1 to 2 seconds until the enemies move in and hit us. But what you need to know is the higher you go in the game, the faster the enemies become. So it's really just the time until spawning, and then they will zoom on top of you and deal the max damage. Which I just realized, we will actually see what's true. Kind of. Because we will see just how many tardigrades we lose and how many dodges happen, because there's a pop-up for that, hopefully. So we can tell exactly how many times we get hit a second. Well, but can we though? Would we really see 60 pop-ups in a single second? I don't think so. Like, the only way to tell that would be that you go to 0% dodge and then you check out how many tardigrades you lost. But I've also changed the strategy that I'm doing here, so instead of having 4 slots, it's only 3 with 1 tardigrade. Yes, that means we see 1 less shop slot. The problem is, my eyes are getting really tired, so I can't even pay attention to the slot. Like, it's even hard for me to pay attention to 3 of them. In other words, this is just needed because skill issue. Human issue. Freebie. We have billions, by the way. Right. Oh my god. Wait a second. The piggy bank. You know what? I gotta look for Void Pearl. Okay. You know what? You know what? Can't be bothered. I can't buy the Void Pearl. I can buy the Void Pearl if I first buy the Tardigrade. But if I know I buy the Tardigrade, then I buy it now. Okay. The increase in leg length the moment I buy them has me a little bit concerned. Oh my god. I mean, we don't have the tardigrade, but that is beautiful. Curse. 85%. Well, it's something. I overslept a little bit, and currently we have 59... Okay. You know, I should probably look for tardigrade. Mirror. I should really look for tardigrade. I think this gets worse the more mirrors I have. Perfect. And currently, this is what the wave looks like. Yes, there are a few elites walking around. Way less than what I thought we would have. Like, I thought at this point there are a ton of them. Keep in mind, we are replaying the same wave now for, I think, the 82nd time, right? Because we got 1 full hourglass left, and the first time we played, we obviously didn't need an hourglass, but 82nd time, yeah. And this is how many crates we have, and in case you're wondering, I disabled the fruits. 413 crates. Alright, let's buy the tardigrade together. This is 126 tardigrades. So how many do we have? 427. We need a lot more. We need 1800. Oh no. Well, we need a little bit less, right? Do you see what is spawning, by the way? Eventually, I'll turn on the whistle effect again, don't you worry. Tardigrade. lock. 100 broken hourglasses and 146 tardigrades. I've already clicked. And if you check out the top of the screen, holy moly. If you check out the top of the screen. Now I use a mod that shortens the numbers, but if you're like, Dex, I really wanted to see this ginormous number, this is horrible. Wait until we go on the wave, because if you check on the left side there, this is the material we have gained from the piggy bank. This is what it looks like. Do you see that? It's identical, right? Because we only get the money, this money from the piggy bank, and that is what the number looks like. Tardigrade. I also have very sad news. Oh, nice HP by the way. I also have very sad news. You may notice there will not be a lot of elites. Why? Well, there was one item that I wanted to get rid of out of the crates because take a look at how many crates we have now. Doesn't this look absolutely amazing? But you may recall one of the items I was searching for that don't get recycled. Yep. Is the lure that spawns 2 of the crate guys, and even though they are nice, they heavily extend the search time because I always have to accept them. There's no shortcut because if I press spacebar, it will just stop auto recycling. Do you see how it goes down there and highlights it? In other words, any item added unnecessarily is bad. But after that, I also had to restart the game because I noticed whatever is activated in the auto-recycle options can't appear cursed, which doesn't matter for anything except for one guy, which is the tardigrade. So I had to restart and that sadly reset all of the elites. Oh yeah, and at this point we get so many crates that whenever I encounter a cursed hourglass, I just recycle it and wait for the next one. I can't even remember the last time where I had to go into the shop to buy it. Holy moly. We hit the money limit. I'm pretty sure. Like, let's see what it says in the shop. We hit the money limit. We genuinely hit the money limit. So I didn't know that's a thing. Now we know it. Yeah, that's totally fine. Well, this is now one wave later, and as you can see, we have a ridiculous amount of mirrors, because, well, we get more and more crates, so obviously we build up more every time we see each other again. Let's do it. That is almost 200 tardigrades. Shouldn't have done that. Shouldn't have done that. I should have used it earlier. I should have... Oh my god. There we go. And this is what it looks like. We have almost 1,000 tardigrades. More than half of what we require. But yeah, the entire money is gone. And here is the total amount of crates. 461. We have made it to 150 hourglasses. 91. I think that is actually less than the last time, but that's just RNG, you know? Let's get the tardigrade. Let's get the... Oh god. It's not that bad, right? And here is the wave. The wildest thing to me is we actually don't have a lot of damage, right? Like 1 million damage with an attack is pretty much nothing, but I think we don't really have damage scaling. Yeah, we don't really have damage scaling, which actually surprises me. Oh, look at this. Most of the luck is linked. What this means is that luck came out of crit, and if you get luck from crit, because we use the coin to convert it over, you actually don't get percent damage out of it because it's not permanent luck. But as you can see, we are roughly at 1,300 tardigrades, we are getting very close to the required amount, which is 1800 minus, we'll say 2 seconds, that should be it, for a total of 1740 tardigrades, but I would say we'll go a bit higher, like just slightly above it. And for the final amount of crates that we have right now, it's 476. 175 broken hourglasses, this time only 164 tardigrades. I better hope this doesn't lag too much. Okay. The good news is, once we have all of the tardigrades and then test it out, you know, on some future waves, on boss waves, I will have to restart the game, and I hope this gets rid of some of the lag that has built up. And in case you're curious, my eyes are meanwhile so tired, I can't even look at 2 items at once at this slow rolling speed, so there's a high chance if a tardigrade shows up, I'll just not notice it. You know what? Goodbye. Because we can take out the not tardigrade. How many tardigrades do we have though? 1537. I did a little bit of a miscalculation because we take 1 damage a second, right? Like from the special item, the legendary. So we need 60 bonus tardigrades, which means we actually just need 1800 again. And I would like to be a little bit above that. I kind of didn't consider that this would happen. We have the turrets that come out of the trees. But I kind of forgot that this is a thing that will happen, that we don't kill the enemies. But for the total amount of crates, this is what we can... How is it less? I think we have reached a cap of some form. We are at 200 hourglasses combined. But the moment we buy this... The moment... Dude, if you crash on me now, I'm actually gonna cry. Please don't do this to me. Hey. Okay. We should have enough tardigrades. Let's check it out. So 1800 is how much we need. Minus 30, so 1770 if we remove 1 second that the enemies take to spawn. Plus 60 because we take 60 damage over the entire wave, as in 60 times, is 1830. So now, we are officially immortal. Nothing can kill us anymore. And before I restart the game, because we have to get rid of 2 items, I decided, let's turn on the sound. Oh no, that was amazing. That was completely amazing. That is like the best thing. I'm actually surprised how little happens in comparison to what I thought. But this is what the entire wave sounds like. And listen, buddy. I have farmed for over 4 hours. Now before you say, but Dex, you have done endless runs. They took like 38 hours and stuff. You know, this is nothing. Mate, I've been doing the same thing for the last over 3 hours. The same thing. Every single round, just waiting until it's over, accepting all of the items, maybe looking for a new tardigrade, going into the next round. 200 times. Do you understand how much this drains your mind when you have to do the same thing again and again and again? Like, it's painful. It is very painful. Right. We also have to do one thing. Auto recycle options. Okay, so the thing is, I actually can't click on the stuff. I don't think my game likes me right now. I really think my game doesn't like me right now. None of the items are selected anymore. So the moment I do this, and we speed up the game. Oh yeah, you gotta take a look at this. You are recycled. We can't have that. I mean, technically speaking, you know, we could just put it in. It wouldn't be a big issue. Either it doesn't kill anymore at one point, or it just kills all of the enemies. But I think this would be boring, right? We want to take a look at it and see if it really does what we expect, that we can't die. There is the last one. This should be all, but I'm free. Onwards to wave 21. There should be a 0 over here. You have to be absolutely kidding me. I'm not accepting this, because we want to see how many tardigrades break. And I would like to point out, the math that I'm using assumes 0 dodges, even though we have a 75% dodge chance, right? So it's very unlikely that we lose all of them, but we started... Wait, what? The turret is removed. Believe it or not, I found it in the run file. Because just recycling it wasn't enough. I could also remove the pets, but I think it doesn't really matter, right? We casually got 3 crates out of it. How did we just get 3 crates out of one tree? We just got 2 crates out of the tree. But would you take a look at our tardigrades? So for you all to understand, a quick summary. In this game you have invulnerability frames, we know that. But because the invulnerability frames always have to persist, like you can take them down to the shortest thing possible, but they still have to be there. So even when you have an infinite number, the invulnerability frame is always at least 1 tick. So we get hit in 1 tick, the next tick we are immune to damage, and the next tick we get hit again, and so on and so on and so on. This means we just need to know how many ticks are there per second. It is 60 ticks, and that means we get hit a maximum of 30 times. And by the way, the 1 damage that I take from the bloody hand doesn't count as invulnerability frame, so it's just damage that removes a tardigrade but doesn't trigger anything. How am I getting crates? Oh my god, when the breeding grounds die, they give you experience sometimes, I think, as far as I recall, so they also drop grades. I thought I was finally rid of them, but... it's not a big deal, right? And this is now the final level. 0% dodge with no chance to get more of it. Because this... I recycled that item. So we just have to check whether we have 0% dodge, and when we have that, we will go through the entire wave, though I will skip for you guys, but I can't speed up the game, because this will start skipping frames, right? And then we don't properly see how many times we actually got hit. Which also means I'll only do this every 20 waves instead of every 10 waves, because I have to sit through this for an entire minute. I hope that's fine. And we are getting to the end of the wave. We started with 1846, I believe. It could be a little bit different, but we have lost around 1000 of them. We also have the pulsating effect that happens. I can't change that, but it's also not a big deal. Wave 60, but I may have to reset a little bit. 0 dodge. The last time I think we went down to 1000, right? Do you see how fast the enemies are now? This is not a speed up, this is just the speed that the enemies gain as a bonus. And you may have never noticed that in my videos, because usually we tend to just one-shot the enemies. But do you notice something with our tardigrades? Yep, they are going down really fast, and 30 seconds is the halfway period of the wave. 700, a little bit over 700 of our tardigrades. And you may notice, they're going down really fast, so very soon we'll know if Dex is truly immortal or not. Because if some of this information is wrong, and you actually need double the amount, then we have a problem. Because I can't get more at this point. Now listen, this is tightly calculated, so a low number is not unexpected. In fact, we expect to go down to 15. It's still very spooky. Welcome to wave 80, and this is the one I'm really nervous about, because it could be the one that tests whether we have enough tardigrades or we realize there is a shortcoming. 0% dodge, I may have to reset. 3 dodge. 0 dodge. 1843 tardigrades. the enemies do take quite a while to get me, and that is our grace period. However, technically speaking, we don't know if what we've learned is really true. That you have this 1 tick of damage and this 1 tick of invulnerability. So if we go below, or if we reach 900, like 90, or let's say 917, something like that, at 30 seconds, we know we'll die, right? Because that is half the value roughly. It's looking good, but how low does it go? We also do push back the enemies, we shouldn't forget that. That could save us a few hits. It could also do nothing at all because there are too many enemies around us. But it almost feels like we are getting to a very similar number to what we had before. Which... Okay. Yeah, this is fine. Wave 100. And how poetic is it that there is a tardigrade in the shop? The last time that I went down to 0% dodge. Let's go to the last wave, but we can't get any dodge. And there is the 0% dodge. This is the final test whether we have enough tardigrades or not. Now, one thing that you could fair enough say is, but Dex, we don't know whether you're immortal or not, whether this number is accurate or not. How do you know that? Well, we know the calculation of the invulnerability frames. Even the lowest one is not enough that we would die. As in, if we divide the seconds by 60, right? Because the second has 60 ticks that happen in it. We get a resulting number of 0.016666 and so on. This is pretty much the lowest amount that still has an impact in the game. As in, if the resulting number out of the endless factor, which is a scaling number, is above this, something will still change. If it's below this, nothing can change because we reached the limit. We are currently not at 0.01, but at 0.0004. The endless factor is at 486. In other words, no matter how much we continue, nothing about the tardigrades will change except for the random chance of the lantern pushing them away. But that effect is only beneficial to us and not something negative, so nothing that could make us lose. It's about to be 6 AM, meaning this has taken almost 6 hours, even though we have taken so many shortcuts, but all of this can be done in vanilla Brotato without mods. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, then please consider subscribing and giving the video a like as it helps out a lot. See you the next time.